Okay, so you guys moved back to Vallejo, and then the first group you guys form is MVP, Most Valuable Players.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
and
was
that ends up becoming the clique.
that's right. That's right. So at that time, we the album that we put out at that time, we knew the stuff that everybody wanted to hear. We just didn't poke it like we should have poked it on that particular EP. So a few months later, I said, you know what? Let's call ourselves the Click, man, because we one family, we one big click. And we just start spitting some shit, boy, like shit that rappers is just now saying. Like it was just too much game for the brain. It was nothing plain. You know what I'm saying? And all the real motherfuckers, all the soil cats, you know what I'm saying? They was able to relate to it because they was living the life that we were spitting, you know? And we would go from soil to soil, whether it was William Land Park, we'd go to Fresno, we'd go to Seattle, we'd go to Kansas City, giving our tapes and CDs and shit like that to anybody that was a fixture, a factor, niggas that has hella slump in their trunk, you know what I'm saying? Like neighborhood heroes, influencers of the soil, somebody that that had that had a voice on their gravel. You feel what I'm saying? We give it to them, and them the kind of people who made our music crack, like go crazy, because you hear them black like, what was that, man? This is youngsters out of Vallejo, man. They call it the click. Boy, they go crazy. There's real game involved. You feel me?
Okay, so you guys drop your first EP, and that's Let's Slide.
No, the first EP was MVP, Most Valuable Players,
Oh, okay.
1988. Okay.
Okay.
Then after that was under the click, it was Left Side. And that was Left Side. We had This Is the Shit That'll Fuck With Your Brain, Boy. This is the shit that will drive you insane. It was that. And then after Left Side EP, I came with Mr. Flamboyant EP.
Mm-hmm.
We was doing EPs way back then. You feel me? We was doing EPs, double albums, then back to regular albums, then EPs out, double albums, triple albums. You know what I'm saying? That's my career right there. I'm all over the place like space. But go ahead.
Okay, so you drop Mr. Flamboyant in 1991, and
No,
when you
Mr.
look at
Flamboyant. Well, let me tell you what we used to do. We used to put the date up a year or two every time, because at that time we didn't have the internet. You couldn't just push a button and next thing you know, you are a person has your CD. We knew it took 12 months to get probably from Vallejo to New York, or to, at that time it was a slow grind. It was Everything was manually done at the time. It was through snail mail. You feel what I'm saying? Like
mm-hmm.
that. So Mr. Flamboyant came out late 89, 90.
Okay,
89.
got it. Now, when you look at some of the earlier stuff before Mr. Flamboyant, and Down and Dirty, which was the Click album that came out
Down
after
and
that.
Dirty came in 90. That was all of us the click, Down and Dirty.
Yeah.
And Left Side was before that
Okay.
in late 89, mid 89.
When you look at like Let's Slide, it seems like you were like rapping more traditionally. And then when you hear like Down and Dirty and Mr. Flamboyant, it seems like that's when you're doing like the double time and kind of jumping around in terms of your the way you're actually delivering your raps.
So actually, Vlad, it's Left Side, and then it's called Left Side, not Left Slide. But at the same time, I get what you're saying. What it was I was just getting into my style. I was crafting it. I was just perfecting it. You know what I mean? And then I became an expert at it. And when during that time, like in 89, when I did Left Side, it was still different than people heard. It was still different to other people. When I did Mr. Flamboyant, was the sickest shit ever. Mr. Flamboyant, that style was never heard of. Nobody ever did it. It was the throatest shit on earth ever in the history of rap music.
Yeah, I mean, nobody was rapping like that before or after.
Not like that.
Yeah.
Not like that. I was influenced by other rappers as well. I can mix them up if you want me to tell you. If you want me to tell you some of the rappers I was influenced by Kango from UTFO, Too Short, some brothers out of Richmond named Magic Mike and Calvin T. You understand what I'm saying? Run DMC, LL Cool J, you know, Too Short, Freddie B, Ice T. But I mixed a lot of stuff up, and I was already a dude from the soil and gamed up and very creative because I played drums from fourth grade to the 12th, so I was always into music. You feel what I'm saying? And so I just became something different than anybody that I was influenced by. Yeah, it just became thrown like a frisbee.